So here is the final video that we're doing, and this time they've given us two sides of the triangle, and they've given us the perimeter, and we want to find the missing side. So this plus this plus this equals the perimeter. So we need to figure out how we're going to find the missing side. So go back and think about this when it would have been numbers. I know this side, I know this side, I don't know that side, but I know the whole perimeter is 21. So if I add this plus this plus this, it equals 21. That's what the perimeter is, right? So since we were adding to get to this, I can subtract to work my way backwards to find the missing piece. I can take my total, 21, subtract this side, subtract that side, and what's left over is my missing side. So here's my 21 is the total. I'm going to subtract the first side, I'm going to subtract the second side, and what's left over is 10. So 21 minus 8 minus 3, all in the calculator, equals 10. So that says 10 is the third side. Let's go check it. And I always check it. I come back and write it down, and I say that plus that plus that in the calculator should equal 21. So if you go put these three numbers in with pluses between them, it does equal 21. Add all three up, it equals 21. So that's how we're doing this. We're going to subtract the two pieces we do know and see what's left over. So here is my perimeter. If I add all three sides up, it equals this. So I'm going to start with this one, and notice I'm putting parentheses around these, and I'm going to subtract out one side, and here's one side, 3x squared minus 9x. Let me hold this so I can write this, 3x squared plus 9x. So there's my one side. Here's the perimeter minus one side, and then I'm going to subtract the next side. I'm going to turn it sideways up here. So here's 2x squared minus 5. 2x squared minus 5. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the perimeter, minusing one side, minusing the second side. Notice what I did with these is I put them in parentheses, right? Because this time I'm not going to add them. I'm going to be distributing a -1. Now the perimeter does have a +1 in front of it. So does it, when I distribute a +1, is anything going to change? No, this is still 5x squared, still 7x, still plus 12. But when I have a -1 here and I distribute a -1 times everything, this is now -3x squared. This is now -9x. I can write this and keep the paper from turning. This is now -2x squared. So I'm just going to put it right down below it, -2x squared. And this is a +5, because multiplying by -1 is going to change the sign of everything in the one after it. So this is now -2x squared and +5. Okay, but now all these pieces are gone. They're no longer there. I have rewritten them. They're all here. So all these little terms are all being combined together. I'm just going to go look for like terms. So I'm going to do the x squareds first. Here's an x squared. There's an x squared. There's an x squared. So I have -2 minus 3 plus 5. So put those in the calculator. -2 minus 3 plus 5. And it tells you 0. So there are 0 x squareds, which means there are no x squareds. They just went away. X's, I've got +7, and I've got -9, and that's it, right? So 7 minus 9 in the calculator, 7 subtract 9. I have -2, oops, that's not very pretty, 2, -2x's, if I can make that 2 better. Maybe kind of better, -2x. So the x squareds have been done, the x's have been done. X's have been done, x squareds have been done. Oh, not x squared was done. So the only thing that's left is 12 plus 5. What's 12 plus 5? 17. So this is +17. Now, could we check our answer? Absolutely. What you do is you go back and you add 3 pieces together. So I'm saying this is -2x plus 17. -2x plus 17. So if I add all 3 sides together, and this would be distributing with the +1, so all the parentheses just go away. So x squareds, I have 2x squared plus 3x squared is 5x squared. And any more x squareds? No. So there is my 5x squared. And I'm going to do my x's. So here's 9x, no x's, here's 2x. So 9 minus 2 is 7x. And then I have a -5 plus 17, and no plain numbers down here. So -5 plus 17 is +12. And there's that third piece. So it does match. If I add all 3 pieces up, it does equal my perimeter. All right, so here's the perimeter. If I add all 4 sides, it equals that. Okay, all 4 sides together, add them all up, it equals this. So I'm going to start with the answer, and I'm going to subtract out all the pieces. So I'm going to subtract out first side, 7b squared minus 2ab. parentheses, and I'm going to subtract out the next side. 4a squared minus 4ab. Close that parentheses. I'm going to subtract the last side. 9ab, parentheses, 9ab plus 8a squared. So in geometry, whenever they give you these expressions for the sides, just put parentheses around them before you ever get started. It will keep you from making a mistake. Because if you didn't have parentheses around these and you just put a minus sign, you would think that was just minus 7b, and you didn't, and you won't switch the sign of the other ones, because we have to distribute that negative sign to everything in there. So the first one, nothing's going to change because it's got a positive 1 in front of it. So even though it's got parentheses around it, when I distribute a positive 1, nothing changes. But these I'm going to rewrite. This is now a negative 7b squared and plus 2ab. So I'm going to write them down here. Negative 7b squared plus 2ab. And that one's gone. Negative 1 distributed over here. This becomes a negative 4a squared minus 4a squared. And then this becomes a positive 4ab plus 4ab. All right, so that one's been done. It's been distributed. And then subtract this piece. So again, a negative 1 being distributed, that's going to change this from a positive to a negative. So negative 9ab. I'll put this over here, minus 9ab. And then that changes from a positive to a negative 8a squared. Negative 8a squared. So now all these are gone, and I have this piece and all these little pieces down here to combine together. So if we do b squareds first, here is a b squared, here is a b squared, that's ab, no ab. So the only b squareds are this one and this one. So 9 minus 7 means I have 2b squared, so I'm going to put 2b squared. This is going to be my piece down here. So b squareds are done. That one's done. That one's done. I have ab's next. So I have a negative 2. Here's an ab. Now what's negative 2 plus 2? Don't they just cancel out? Yep, so those two canceled out, but I'm still doing ab's. Here is a 4ab, and here's a minus 9. So 4 minus 9 is negative 5ab. So minus 5ab. And that takes care of the ab's. That one's done, and that one's done. And then I still have a squareds. So here is it, 12a squared minus 4a squared. So 12 minus 4 is 8a squareds. And 8a squareds minus 8a squareds, well, those cancel out, don't they? So they're gone. So the only thing that's left is just that. So this was the only thing. So 2b squared minus 5ab. So now if you go back and add all four sides together, it should equal the perimeter. So I might want to go check that if I were you before you did it. Now the last one is a challenge, so I'm going to leave this. They give you the perimeter and they give you one side, and you're still trying to find the side over here. But remember, to find perimeter, you add all four together. So I'm going to leave that as a challenge in case you want to do the challenge one. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody.